Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from a Torrey Blade song. And a Torrey Blade song has this question: do I believe in the idea of nonlineal reincarnation? That is to say, the idea that a given soul's next life might be chronologically in the past as easily as it could be chronologically in the future. And my answer to this is yes, but. And it's a rather large but. And on our way to that but, I'm going to start by saying that my attitude toward time is a rather complex one, which we've talked about in the vlog many occasions. And it's similar to how I look at a number of other things. For example, the relationship between hard polytheism and soft polytheism, between the nature of the monad, the soul, and the conscious mind, and so forth. That it is entirely a matter of the level that you are viewing them from, what you're going to see and what is going to be true. That both one thing and another can be true at the same time depending on how you're looking at them and how you're interacting with them. And that these things are not necessarily simple answers. With time, it's my understanding that lineal time is an illusion. It is something that we use in the mental plane to construct our experiences in such a way that we can best understand them. But in and of itself, for example, in the astral plane, it does not really have a reality. That time can be transcended and worked with in all sorts of ways. And this is part of what we talk about when we talk about time magic. And we've talked about that on the vlog many times as well. So if the idea of lineal time is an illusion, well then yes, incarnations can be in all kinds of different directions, but, and this is the but, that illusion of lineal time is very important to us here in the mental plane. And it's somewhat dangerous to fool around with it too much unless you have very strong grounding and you're going forward in a very stable and grounded manner. It's one of those things where if you start pulling the threads out of your reality, you could end up with a very strange reality indeed. So in working with time, if you want to try to work with it in that nonlinear way, it can be done, but you really need to be careful that you don't lose your place in time or your place in reality. And when you lose that linear characteristic, your reality will become very warped and very different. You don't have to lose it simply because you're working with time magic or working with time in nonlinear ways, but it's very important that you remain grounded, you keep your sense of self, or you could, in fact, lose it. Now, having said that, yes, I would say that time is an illusion. It has a strong reality as long as you stay grounded in it and make it real, but once you step out of that, it's not really there. If you work with spirits in the spirit world, you'll quickly see it's not there, and in the end, we are manifestations of spirit. So it isn't really here either. But we perceive it as being here, and we use it as such an important part of our perception that moving beyond it is very tricky. So when working with one's past lives, I would not think that it would be easy to perceive the lives as being out of chronological order, even though they're in fact simultaneous. And when we talk about time being an illusion, what we're really saying is that all experience is simultaneous. And the nature of deity, the nature of the soul, is very complex in the sense that all of these things are going on at once. It's all, for want of a better way to put it, it's all the now moment. It's all happening at the same time, but we have the illusion that it's happening in a sequential order. Now, having said that, again, yes, your lives are all through that continuum. There really is not a lineal sequence, but good luck understanding them without the lineal sequence. So you will find, I think, that it's very helpful to keep that lineal sequence, but in the end it is in fact an illusion if you view things from the astral level. So, again, I would say yes, but. Now, in terms of working with lives, there are a lot of different ways you can work with them, and you can look back and forth into them. But again, you need to be careful what threads you pull out of your understanding of reality. You can reach a place of great transcendence, but you need to do it carefully, you need to do it sequentially, which is kind of an interesting statement considering the subject, but you need to take it one step at a time and keep your balance. And I don't recommend it to people who are not already very strongly grounded in energetics and in magic in general. So yes, I do believe in nonlineal incarnation. I believe it's the ultimate nature of the subject. But I also think that it is very important for us to keep that lineal point of view enough to understand what we're doing, and that when we work to transcend it, we need to do so carefully. So those would be my thoughts on that matter. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. The Tarot of Hecate. My 100-card tarot deck, 30 years in the making, finally available to you from witchschoolstore.com. Check out a copy today.
Hello, my name is Cher Davis, and I'm greeting you from Jacksonville, Florida. Please join me as I lift my prayer to the God and Goddess. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability. I pray for the nation where I live. I pray for the world. So mote it be.